Good morning, Oakville Indians. This is the Oakville News Network.
Good morning, Oakville.
Welcome to the Oakville News Network.
Today's news is brought to you by Mrs. Moyer's 4th grade class.
We are your own newscasters.
Yeah.
And Alicia.
Today is Monday, May 1st, 2023.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
And the Oakville Pride Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pride Pledge. Respect, responsibility, and citizenship too. They bring out the best in me and you. Trustworthiness and being fair help to show others that we really care. We all know what's right. We all know what's good. We will do the things we know we should. Preparation, respect, integrity, discipline, and excellence. That's Oakville Pride.
Here are the menus.
And the weather for today.
Weather forecast.
High 67 degrees.
Low 40 degrees.
Probably cloudy.
Today's lunch.
Chili Crispitos.
Or PB&J with cheese and chips and cheese.
Or yogurt vegetables.
Potato smiles.
Carrots and celery sticks.
Fruit.
Double chocolate chip cookie.
Tuesday's breakfast.
Iced banana bun.
Banana.
Juice.
Milk.
It is birthday time.
But we have no birthdays today.
Maybe we'll have some tomorrow. It is time for
Joke of the day.
Today's joke from taken in Mrs. Stanley's class.
What runs but gets nowhere?
I don't know what runs and gets nowhere.
A treadmill.
Thanks, Deacon.
If you have a joke to share,
Write it on a piece of paper with your name and class.
and give it to Miss Dugan or Miss Kendall.
Maybe your joke will be on the name.
Student news.
What's happening?
Thank you everyone who earned tickets and turned in pride cards.
Here are the winners for April's Pride card drawings.
Good morning, Oakville. It is time for our last Pride card drawing of the year.
If you hear your name, head on down to the office.
Our first winner is Lila in Miss Russell's class.
Our second winner is Mahela in Mrs. Russell's class.
Ripley in Miss Burkhoffer's class.
Alina in Mrs. Moore's class.
Josue in Miss Fager's class.
Get down to the bottom here. Luke in Mrs. Provenzano's class.
Maverick in Miss Moyer's class.
Anastasia in Mrs. Burkhoffer's class.
Shuffle around. Danielle in Miss Carpenter's class.
Camilla in Mrs. Fager's class.
That's our first 10. Alex in Miss Provenzano's class.
Elijah in Mrs. Moore's class. No, Mrs. Carpenter's class.
Braylee in Miss Russell's class.
Kendrick in Mrs. Moyer's class.
Andrew in Miss Moore's class.
Zach in Mrs. Moyer's class.
Bo in Miss Russell's class.
Kaysen in Mrs. Moore's class.
Kelsey in Miss Moyer's class.
All right, I think this is our very last one. And Annalicia in Mrs. Provenzano's class. Congratulations!
If you heard your name, go down to the office and collect your prize.
Great job, everyone.
It is now time for
Student Spotlight. Here are last week's Spotlight students.
That is all for today.
Have a marvelous Monday.
See you tomorrow morning.